Now, I'm not one to gossip, but I will bring you the tea. Welcome to Chronicle Speaks.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Look at you.
Now, when Diddy said can't stop, won't stop, he truly meant it. When he said he was a bad boy for life, he said it with his chest. When I tell you this lawsuit with Cassie was the match that started the fire that ended Diddy's empire, it truly was. But this lawsuit with Rodney Lil Rod Jones was the lighter fluid that set the whole neighborhood ablaze. He's attempting to take down this one, that one. Everybody can get it. And it's so crazy reading through these docs because this seems like you're reading a sensationalized, grimy, but juicy novel that you just can't put down. It's feeling like Diddy is this rich mobster, kingpin pimp who doesn't take no for an answer. He has connects with the police department that know how to make problems go away. Let the docs tell it. These docs are starting an uproar, breaking up families, making people drug runners. It is so much going on that we have to break it down like only we can. We are going to do that and so much more. But before we do, please be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any news regarding this story and so much more. Now let's get back into it. So there are many updates since Diddy's house was raided earlier this week, and we're going to talk about it. But before we do, let's hear a word from our sponsor, Factor. So I've partnered with Factor, and I absolutely love them because their delicious, ready-to-eat meals make eating better every day easy, not for just me, but for my family as well. Wherever tomorrow takes you, be ready with pre-prepared, chef-crafted, and dietitian-approved meals delivered right to your door. You'll have over 35 different options a week to choose from, including keto, calorie smart, vegan, veggie, and more. And there's even more to enjoy with over 55 nutrition pack add-ons that help make your weekly meal planning even more delicious. Their 2-minute meals fuel up fast with Factor's restaurant quality meals that are ready to heat and eat whenever you are. Now, my favorite part is that their meals are no prep, no mess, and Factor's meals are 100% ready to eat, so there's no prepping, cooking, or cleanup needed. So because you know your girl is a foodie, I have to hook you guys up. Head over to factor75.com or click on the link below and use code Chronicle50 to get 50% off your first Factor box and free wellness shots for life. 2 free wellness shots from 3 available flavors for every order while you are an active subscriber. So head on over to factor75.com. Make sure you use my code Chronicle50 and tell them your girl Chronicle sent you. So the last we heard, federal agents bombarded Diddy's LA and Miami home, leaving destruction and chaos. I mean, the house looked completely crazy as every nook and cranny was searched from top to bottom, taking electronics, files, and anything else that was needed as proof to take down the man that is accused of sex trafficking, abuse, and the big R. Now, we know of 4 women who have filed civil suits against Diddy. We have Cassie, we have Joy Dickerson, we have Jane Doe in the Diddy and Aaron Hall case, and then we have the Jane Doe in the case where the teenager was taken from Detroit via plane to go see Diddy, and you know what happened. However, more women have come forward and have spoken to federal prosecutors in Manhattan, and that's when agents were dispatched to gather evidence to corroborate their accounts. Now, law enforcement who are familiar with this matter say that the search was carried out at Combs' property as part of a federal investigation led by the Southern District of New York into alleged human trafficking. Now, a representative for Mr. Combs released a statement Tuesday afternoon saying yesterday there was a gross overuse of military level force as search warrants were executed at Mr. Combs' residences. There is no excuse for the excessive show of force and hostility exhibited by authorities or the way his children and employees were treated. Mr. Combs was never detained but spoke to and cooperated with authorities. Despite media speculation, neither Mr. Combs nor any of his family members have been arrested, nor has their ability to travel been restricted in any way. This unprecedented ambush, paired with an advanced coordinated media presence, leads to a premature rush to judgment of Mr. Combs and is nothing more than a witch hunt based on meritless accusations made in civil lawsuits. There has been no finding of criminal or civil liability with any of these allegations. Mr. Combs is innocent and will continue to fight every single day to clear his name. And speaking of clearing names, we have several people in this new amended court doc that are wanting to clear their names from what's being said. We're going to get into that in just a second, but first let's get into this whole sex trafficking thing because a lot of people don't understand what Diddy is being accused of and why. Now, according to Rodney Little Rod Jones, who is the producer that was working with Diddy, who's currently suing him, he was transported from California to New York, Florida, St. Bartholomew, and the United States Virgin Islands through his time with Mr. Combs. According to Mr. Jones, during that time, Mr. Jones was forced to solicit sex workers and perform sexual acts to the pleasure of Mr. Combs. So the legal definition of sex trafficking is the action or practice of illegally transporting people from one country or area to another for the purpose of sexual exploitation. So according to Cassie, she's traveled from one state to another and had to do special services. According to Little Rod, he's done the same, had to travel, had to do special services. And the Jane Doe, who said she was underage and traveled from Detroit to New York, had to do special services as well, according to her lawsuit. And now there's other alleged victims who are stating the same thing happened to them. And so this is why they swarmed in on all of Diddy's homes to see what's going on, to see if they can get proof. And according to Little Rod's amended lawsuit, there were a lot of young girls that attended Diddy's parties that were underage and that were given liquor laced with ecstasy. The lawsuit goes on to state that Diddy does not check ID. Now, needless to say, if any of these accusations turn out to have any truth to it, Diddy would be in a lot of trouble. Now let's speak about some people who seem to be in some trouble and are trying to get out of it because of this new amended lawsuit. Now, according to the new amended complaint, upon information and belief, defendants Lucian Charles Grange, in his capacity as CEO of UMG, authorized Motown Records and Universal Music Group to provide financial resources to defendants Sean Combs and Love Records through wire transfer to defendant Sean Combs and Love Records accountant Robin Greenhill. Upon information and belief, Ms. Greenhill ensured the wiring, funds transferred, or cash payment to sex workers were completed. Defendant Christina Coram, through her direct reports, Frankie Santella, Moy Bond, and Brandon Paul would negotiate the fees the sex workers received and would ensure that the workers are paid in one of the manners detailed above. According to Plaintiff Jones, defendant Sean Combs bragged about having several women on a monthly stipend. According to Plaintiff Jones, the women who received these payments are Carisha Romika Brownlee, aka Young Miami, Jade Ramey, aka Jade, and Daphne Joy Cervantes Narvaez, aka Daphne Joy, who were paid a monthly fee to work as Combs sex workers. Based on information and belief, they received payment via wire transfers from Robin Greenhill. It is unclear if they were provided the United States federal tax documents for these payments or if they independently declared these payments on their taxes. So basically, they're trying to get the IRS to enter the chat. Hey, these women are receiving money for sexual servitude. I don't know if you got your money yet, IRS, but if you haven't, hint, hint, here you go. Go take a look. Now, Mr. Lucian Charles Grange is the CEO of Universal Music Group, and they're saying that he entered a general business partnership with Love Records, Inc. and Sean Combs. According to this complaint, as the general business partners of Sean Combs and Love Records, Inc. and the financial backer for the creation of the Love album, defendant Lucian Charles Grange, in his capacity as CEO of UMG, Motown Records, and Universal Music Group, had a duty to ensure that the financial support they provided to Sean Combs and Love Records was not being used for sex workers, drugs, and laced alcohol, and that's why they entered him into the lawsuit. They're saying that Lucian Charles Grange, in his capacity as CEO of UMG, Motown Records, and Universal Music Group, knew the names of many of Combs' sex trafficking freak-off participants, which include Young Miami, Daphne Joy, Stevie J, and Jade. Not Stevie J. So again, 50 Cent shares a child with Daphne Joy, and he took to Instagram and said, "I didn't know you was a sex worker. You little sex worker," laugh out loud. Yo, this ish is a movie. After all of that, 50 Cent stated he wanted to get full custody of his son, Syer, take him away from Daphne. Daphne was like, "Look, I'm no sex worker. I don't even do that kind of stuff." She's threatening to sue Little Rod for his accusations, but then she came after 50 Cent and she said the following: "Curtis James Jackson, everything is a joke to you until our safety is compromised, which is happening now. You are wreaking real havoc, frenzy, and chaos onto people's lives. How would you feel if Syer was the one in handcuffs? For nothing. We moved to New York to give you an opportunity to be a father to your son, and you saw him 10 times out of the 2 years that we lived 1 mile away from you. I am tired of upholding and protecting an image to our son that you have never even earned. Let's put the real focus on your true evil action of R-ing me and physically abusing me. You are no longer my oppressor, and my God will handle you from this point on. You have permanently damaged the last hope I had for you as a father to preserve our family with these these last and final false claims made against me. You have broken our hearts for the last and final time. I am deeply hurt by the lies in Rodney Jones' lawsuits. The claim that I am a sex worker is 100% false and character assassination. I am retaining an attorney to explore all legal remedies against both Rodney and his attorney. A rep for 50 Cent reached out to the Hollywood Reporter Thursday afternoon stating the following. The disturbing allegations in a sworn pleading recently filed in a court case related to Daphne Joy, the mother of my 12-year-old child, has required me to take all necessary legal actions to protect my son, Syer. The most recent false and baseless accusations by Daphne Joy are clearly in response to my decision to seek sole custody of my son. My son, Syer, is my main priority, and keeping him in a safe environment is my only focus at this time. Now, as far as Young Miami goes, there's been rumors for years that Diddy paid her $250,000 a month so she could buy whatever she wanted. And honestly, we always believed it because Miami always stated.
I just had a conversation with somebody the other day. I said, I'm really, like, I'm a, like, with a W. Like, I'm a.
But define that, though.
Like, I'm a.
So she somewhat denied the sex worker thing. Someone said, you for $250 a month? She said something the internet made up and y'all ran with it. Ninjas don't even pay that for child support. Why the F would a ninja even pay me $250,000 for? For what? She said, y'all be going for anything. You know what? She never really denied it. Maybe it's the price that we got wrong. She didn't really say she didn't do it. She just said that wasn't the price. Now, one thing Miami did categorically deny was being any type of drug runner for Diddy. Now, according to the documents, Diddy's drug of choice is this drug called Tucci. Tucci is a mixture of ecstasy and cocaine, and it's pink. Now, he was on the plane at one point. He was going to the Something in the Water Festival in Virginia. His normal drug runner, Brendan, didn't bring it. Christina Coram didn't bring it. So Christina called Young Miami and told Young Miami, hey, get on a private jet and get it to him immediately. Young Miami shows proof that she was in New York at the time getting ready for the Met Gala. So there's no way she could have brought any type of Tucci to Virginia to her boo. Also, according to the docs, Christina Coram, who was the chief of staff for Diddy, requires everyone around him to wear a little pouch, a little black pouch that carries all of his drugs to make sure he can have it at all times. If y'all remember, Christina was the one sitting right next to him after he went ahead and settled with Cassie, and he was distraught. She was the lady sitting beside him. Now, according to Jones, exactly what Ghislaine Maxwell was to Mr. Epstein is what Christina is to Mr. Combs. According to these docs, she seems like some kind of ruthless handler that will do anything to keep P. Diddy happy. Now, the next person to clear their name is Mr. Lucien Charles Grange. Again, he is the CEO of Universal Music Group. His attorneys are not happy with what's being said. They said if the lawsuit is not dropped with prejudice, meaning it can't be refiled, they plan to use a crucial legal instrument in their arsenal. Now, last night, Diddy was seen out looking unbothered, unfazed with his daughters, Jessie and Delilah. They are out for spring break, but these are the pictures of Diddy and his daughters. Again, he seems unfazed. He seems unbothered. Maybe somebody's around with that black pouch. Who knows? This has got to be a lie. A man that's used to being able to get what he wants, how he wants, whenever he wants, and now you have no control over it. Diddy got to be freaking out. What I need to do is hear from you. What do you think about everything going on with Diddy, Carisha, Daphne Joy, 50 Cent? Leave a comment and you know how we do. We'll talk about it down below. Talk to you guys later. Bye. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that bell so you don't miss any of my new episodes.